Hey, everybody, it is Monday night, and it's that time again right here in the town of Celebration, Florida.
Information on celebration.
I wanted to thank Dee Bellavati, my YouTube producer, who put that jingle together for us. And as many of you know, on Monday nights, we like to get together and talk about all things that the town of Celebration is offering in this upcoming week or the next couple of weeks. We like to celebrate in this town. So if you'd be so kind, let me know where you're watching from. Just go ahead and put it in the chat. Love to hear what you may have any questions about. But let me tell you, I'm so excited tonight. We've got so much to talk about. There's so much going on here. And so just hang in with us, and we're going to be providing a lot of good information. You know, today was the first day of an event where, a lot of times after the first of the year, especially me this year, I know I need to be taking health things seriously and exercise and everything. So I'm going to the serious professionals out there to help us out. And if you didn't get a chance, let's see if I can put this up here. Alicia did a walking lab in Celebration. It was the first one today, and there were several of us that were out there doing about a 1-mile walk. And she's going to be offering it on every Monday, Alicia. And she is Elisa. What am I saying, Alicia? I was talking to an Alicia today, and I'm getting all my names mumbled up. But Elisa has this Mondays from 2 to 3 p.m. We meet over by Deerwoods Road and Oak Shadows Road. There's a park over there, the Butterfly Garden. That's where the garden club had created a really pretty park. And she gives us a lot of good advice as far as breathing through when you're doing your walks, and the right way to hold your posture, and talks about your gait and all kinds of stuff. There's a charge of $15 per person. It was well worth it. Well worth it. Get to meet some friends, but just know every Monday from 2 to 3 p.m. And don't forget, there's wonderful other options as far as fitness. Celebration Hospital, Advent Health has a gorgeous 60,000 square foot fitness center there too. So I want to encourage people to be out and about there. I know I'm warming up treadmills, doing all kinds of stuff. And so I want to encourage everybody to, hey, Dee, thank you. Thank you so much. And tonight, speaking of Dee, one of my favorite things on the Near Disney YouTube channel is the Bellavati brothers. The Bellavati brothers have come together and once again created something very fun and also very helpful for those that are either living in Celebration or thinking about moving to Celebration. I'm going to save that for a little bit later. But a couple of things we want to remind everybody that the Celebration Women's Club has got a meeting tomorrow. You are welcome to join us, ladies, if you'd like. If you don't know where the Windsor is, it is a beautiful building on Celebration Boulevard. You're going to be coming into Celebration on Campus Street, make a right on Celebration Boulevard. You're going to go about a mile, and on the right-hand side, you're going to see a big, beautiful building called the Windsor, WINDSOR. It's where assisted living, independent living for a lot of our senior saints get to stay, and it's absolutely gorgeous, you guys. If you ever are close to retirement and going into that next stage of life, know that there's a fantastic place right here in Celebration. We've actually done a video on it. Amy from Scoops Ice Cream, she's one of our correspondents, had gone over and did a video on that place. But on the rooftop of the Windsor, they even have beautiful meeting space where you can see fireworks from Disney and all kinds of good stuff. So that's where the Women's Club meets. And so the next meeting, hi, Cousin Becky, I miss you. You got to come back to Florida. So the next meeting is going to be tomorrow night, January 13th. I will be there, and it's from 5 to 7 p.m. So if you're not a member yet, please come on up, ask for me if you'd like to have you there, and I will help introduce you to people. I think you're going to find that it's a really great group of women that are having a meeting. Speaking of which, one of the things that the women's group does, and I want to make sure you know about this now because it's an action item. Sometimes I just talk about generalities. This is an action item. Okay, on February 11th, which is less than a month away from now, there is an extraordinary event that the Women's Club puts on. You know, they do many things. They did the Chocolicious event last year, but this is an event. Love you, Becky. Thank you for that. This is an event that happens right before Valentine's Day. It's in conjunction with the Celebration Wine Imperium. So Leanne Murrell is a wonderful, wonderful contributor to this. They donate all the wine for the event, and we have a wine stroll. So that night at 6 p.m., you're going to buy a ticket in advance. Really important to buy it in advance now. So if you're watching on TV or you're watching on your phone or whatever, please freeze frame this because there's a QR code that you want to go to. And what will happen is we're going to walk from the Wine Imperium to 4 fantastic homes up and down Longmeadow and Greenbrier. So easy walk, extraordinary homes. There's going to be different themes. So the first property, Nandy Town, who is my co-chair on this event, I'm one of the chair people, she has an African theme. So it's going to be African wines. And I believe the African type of food is going to be supplied by the Downtown Diner. There will be music that's available. The next house, Kathleen O'Leary, in Dr. O'Leary's house. I'm going to be stationed there. I think it's a European theme there. So you'll have European wines. There will always be an option of a non-alcoholic beverage too, because we know many people are not drinking, and we want to encourage you to come and still be a part of this because we're raising funds for a really good cause. And that cause is Help Now. Help Now is a home where perhaps someone's been in an abusive relationship and they have kids, or it could be a male or a female. And there is a house, it's a safe home where it's locked behind walls so the people are safe. And so they need items like stoves this year. They need some new commercial stoves. So the Celebration Women's Club heard about it. We're trying to raise about $10,000. There's only 100 tickets for this event because what happens is 25 people will start and go to Nandy Town's property. Then another 25 will go to Kathleen O'Leary's property. Then another 25 will go to Petey Billick's house, which is gorgeous, which is Greenbrier, looking onto the Hippodrome, onto Longmeadow and the Hippodrome. And then Wendy Shaw's property, which is a beautiful estate on Longmeadow too. So 4 really great houses, 4 great themes. Like I said, African, European, the Americas, which would include South America, and down under. And I believe I heard Floyd McCullum's going to be bringing some music. I believe Dee Bellavati is going to be doing some music. I think there's a violinist. So there's always music, a little bit of food, some wine or another option. And then the people representing the wine company will tell you a little bit about the wine. And then if you buy any additional bottles of wine that night, 25% of the money raised from sales of bottles of wine will be going to Help Now as well. So we are also, if you can help me get this word out, we are looking for any type of donations that people think that might help us with the silent auction. When you come into the Wine Imperium, if you haven't been, it's gorgeous. You know, it is beautiful. There's a long bar, and the goal is to have 12 really great baskets that will be auctioned off. Those helped us raise a lot of money last year. We had everything from, and once again, thank you to the Celebration Golf Club. Ryan and Temanini has volunteered to give us some good items for like a cool golf basket. And then there'll be some other items in different baskets. So if any of you may have something that you think that could help the cause and would like to contribute so that maybe we can put it in a basket, would you please text me or call me at 407-808-9845. We would love that. And then what happens is after we've gone through Nandy's house, Kathleen's, Petey's house, and Wendy's house, We come back to the Wine Imperium, and then we finish off the silent auction items. I believe champagne is provided at the beginning of the evening. And then if you'd like to buy any other things, hello, Limeberries. I'm so nice. I would love for you guys to come to the event if you're in town. It's always good spending time with you guys too. Hey, Daniela. So it's February 11th, but once again, you need to go ahead and buy tickets now because we did sell out last year. And I know tickets have already started to be on sale. They're $85 a ticket. If you go through Eventbrite, they have a little bit of a surcharge on it. But I promise you, it is a great event. We got nothing but positive comments. The only real change that we made this year was some different regions. And also we concentrated the houses more up and down Longmeadow. Last year, we kind of went in 4 different directions, and people responded that they prefer that it would be more in one section. So once again, Celebration shows up, PD shows up, Kathleen O'Leary shows up, and all the other wonderful people. And I wanted to thank, too, Celebration Med Spa, which is Kelly McCarthy's group that has moved their offices closer to where the library is, Celebration Library. If you're looking at the ISSA old offices, they have taken over that space, and this Med Spa is one of the sponsors of this event, along with myself. So my team, my Realtor Dream team, my Near Disney YouTube group, we're sponsors of the Wine Stroll because we really believe in that this group needs help now. And it's just not help now. I think it's help now, exclamation point. So that's what we've got going on. So please, once again, do that. What else is coming up this weekend? Got to make sure we tell you about this because tickets are almost completely locked up. But who you're seeing right here is Pastor Bill Vanderbush. A lot of people will remember him living in Celebration for many years. He now lives in Austin, Texas. He's known as an author, and he's a traveling speaker. And he is alongside my friend Cheryl Bowman. And Cheryl, if you have not heard about her, she is Vice President J.D. Vance's stepmom. And she's lovely. She's written a book called Broken and Redeemed. I had the opportunity to work with her because her son, Ryan Green, lives in Celebration. He's also a realtor, has a real estate group. And Ryan said to me one day, gosh, I think my mom and you would get along really well. And sure enough, we spoke, and she told me about her book. And I said that I'm a songwriter. And she said, you want to try to write a song? And so sure enough, we wrote a song, and Kristen Tucker, many of you will know Kristen Tucker, she sang it in the studio with Dee and I. So Dee Bellavati and I put this song together, and it's going to be pretty extraordinary. It's going to be performed for the first time live at the event this Saturday. So if you have interest in going to this event this Saturday, which would be January 17th, from 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be at Artisan Park Clubhouse, but you need to have an Eventbrite ticket. You have to be reserved. There's a certain number of people we can get into the room. We're almost at full capacity, but text me or call me, or even better, go to Eventbrite and look for this event. Let's see. No, better yet, since I don't have all this data up here, text me or call me and let me know. And if there's still tickets available, I will work with you on getting on the list. Okay. So it's a book signing. They both have books. There's going to be the music that I talked about. And we also are going to provide panel questions for them. And the message for the evening is about hope. Okay. And I think that's a good way to start out the new year. All right, let's see. So many things. Okay, so I want you to get ready for the dogs, right? January 17th. That is this Saturday. Pups and Pints. We have so many. Matter of fact, my father's dog, who is with us, Missy Elliott, who's a Boston Terrier, I'd wake her up, but she's sitting right beside me at my desk. Oh, thank you, Daniela posted, you guys, if you'll look at the comments, for those of you who have not RSVP'd for the Bill Vanderbush and Cheryl Bowman event, please look in the comments. Daniela has posted where you can reserve your spot. Like I said, it's almost closed out at this point because it's very popular, obviously, with Cheryl as well being the vice president stepmom. There's a lot of interest with people wanting to support. So anyway, please check that out. Okay, now Celebration Pups and Pints. You can bring your dogs to Downtown Celebration this Saturday. It goes from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And actually, you know, one of our mascots for our Near Disney YouTube channel is Buddy the dog. And if you haven't seen a video on that, please make sure you go to Near Disney YouTube channel and look for Buddy the dog, our mascot. It is an adorable video, but it talks about how cool it is to live in the town of Celebration as a dog. And I even learned a lot of stuff from the boys, you know, the Bellavati boys. And I say Bellavati boys, but I swear you guys, all three of them are now taller than me. But I recognized when they were walking Buddy around that sometimes we have these fountains that are, say, I think maybe across from Columbia or wherever. I was close to that area. And I'm just thinking it's a fountain that an adult can drink out of the top. But on that video, it was shown that there was like a little drinking bowl at the bottom that you could turn on for your dog to have some water. Who does it? The town of Celebration. That's who does it, because you know what? Pluto and Goofy were important to the Disney organization, and we were built by the Disney group. And so, of course, they would have thought to make sure our dogs were comfortable. Okay, so this Saturday, you've got costume contests, you've got games and activities, you have photo booth, you have food and drink that's available. There's a beer garden that's available. I don't know what the connection with beer and dogs is, but Pups and Pints, I guess it's catchy. There's a DJ, there's vendors, there's adoptions of pets too. And so I think the Celebration Town Tavern is one of the sponsors of this event. Yes, they are. Of course, Susan Bono would be a proponent of that. Love her dearly. Don't forget to check out the Celebration Town Tavern. Hey, Tootsie Snyder. One of the coolest people on the planet. Thank you for watching. Love you and miss you. Tootsie, you should go down to the, Tootsie, let me know if you want to go to the event with Bill Vanderbush and crew. Please call me or text me and let me know if you want, because I want to put you on that list. All right, guys. So I've been getting quite a few calls, texts, phone calls, because people know that this gentleman is a very dear friend. And Becky, you're so funny. I'll tell that story in a little bit. This gentleman is a very dear friend of mine and a client. And Adam the Woo was one of the original YouTubers. And he did a daily vlog, and he traveled all around the country. And this past year, he started traveling all around the world, overseas. He was going to different countries every month. And he passed away unexpectedly. And he had such a big heart and so many followers. I want to say upwards of 1 million followers. And so people have been asking me, hey, Peter. Oh, I'm going to make sure I talk about Peter too. I love Peter. So many great people saying hi. Thank you guys so much for the love. It's good to know that people are watching, so I appreciate that. So Adam the Woo, there's questions of what type of events, if any, will be occurring. As you can imagine, the funeral just occurred on Thursday for Mom and Dad, his parents, Jim and June. Jim is a retired pastor. He has a sister by the name of Faith. What a great name, right? Faith and Adam were super, super close. And she needed to get in town. So that has occurred. So now the next steps, obviously there's over 1 million followers, viewers that had spent time with Adam every day, because he did a daily vlog. He missed very few days. He would film one day, and then by 8 a.m. the next morning, typically have a vlog up talking about what he did during his day. And then he typically, if he was in town, would go to Starbucks and get a hot piping caffeinated brew. That was one of his things that he would just say. And he would walk around Celebration and talk about how much he loved our town. And I have met many people, and many have become clients of mine from Adam just because he was saying, I get to travel everywhere, but this is where I want to call home. So it's just another testimony as to why this is such a great town. But one of the things that we're going to do, because I did speak with the family, and this is a definite, because like I said, there's so many things going on that, we don't want to be rushing the family with any decision on anything. But one thing that they like in particular, let me get this up on our screen so you can see it. Okay. In the town of Celebration, when someone passes away or one of your loved ones passes away, there is a beautiful memorial garden, Celebration Memorial Garden. And so it is approved that we're going to be creating a plaque, and it will be on one of these columns in the memorial garden. Now, it can take 5 months before there's an installation of one of these plaques, but know that it's being worked on. Know that in November, typically it's the first Saturday in November, where people are invited for a formal type of thing where anybody who has added a plaque can come. And there's a speaker, Kathleen Scipio, who is the founder, the Celebration Foundation executive. She's fantastic, by the way, you guys. Puts this on with her team, and there's usually somebody playing guitar. It was very special for me when I had put my mom and my dad's plaques close to one another because they passed away 9 months apart from one another. That Dee Bellavati, my YouTube producer, my music partner, my songwriting partner, came out and played a song that I had written, and I wasn't able to sing it because it was just too emotional for me, and it just meant a lot to me that he did that. So just know that for Adam, that is occurring. We are also approaching the Celebration Development District about seeing if we might be able to get a bench or put a plaque on a bench in some of the areas that Adam would concentrate on. So that meeting's coming up at the end of the month. And if they approve it, of course, I will be giving you more information. But I do know there's certain areas that the family does know, like, over by Starbucks or over by Lakeside, or possibly over by there's a cute story how Adam would watch the clock that's in downtown Celebration. It's a beautiful clock. It's very symbolic of Celebration. It's got a little girl riding a bike with a little dog chasing it. It's part of the arms of the clock, and it stopped working. And it seemed like it wasn't working for a long period of time. And Adam was talking about it. And I think finally Mike Nunez may have been the one that fixed it. And then what happened was Adam would stop when he was filming and show that the clock was working. So that clock has become part of the fabric of Adam the Woo. And so that may be one of the things we're doing too. But I won't know more about that until February. But do know that there will be a plaque in the Celebration Memorial Garden. And I wanted to thank the Celebration Foundation for thinking of that. Actually, the Disney organization had encouraged that way back when we first moved here. And so I know the Boy Scouts have been involved in it in the past with helping keeping it groomed. And it's just lovely. It's a place to be able to go sit on a bench, just have some meditative, prayerful times there, thinking of your loved ones. So that is what's going on with Adam the Woo. All right. Still so much to report. You know what? Our kids, this is fun. I remember Adam even talking to me about this too, because he would watch the show periodically and say, there's so many things for kids to do here, that he loved it. He loved it. And they are now enrolling an art STEM robotic 3D printing class. How cool is that? So there's a group called Sparks Grounds, and you need to register at sparkgrounds.com. I do know that there's a fee, but it's pre-K to 12th grade. Pre-K to 12th grade. How fun. How fun. Now enrolling. Okay, so what will happen is the classes are going to be at the Island Village Clubhouse in Celebration. And that is a really nice clubhouse too. Back to where we're going to be meeting this Saturday. I think I did mention it. I'm just double checking. Somebody's asking me. But yes, the event with JD Vance's stepmom is going to be at the Artisan Park Clubhouse. Artisan Park Clubhouse. Okay, so Vitor Spear. I'm glad you said hi, but I also want to brag a little bit about Mr. Vitor Spear. All right. Vitor is the guy that you call when you feel like you're overwhelmed and you need somebody to take charge and get things done. You know what I'm saying? So let's say your house is getting a little wonky. It's at the first of the year, right? And you're thinking, boy, if I only had some organizational people and somebody could move some things, I would feel so much better in my house. So what you do is you text me or call me if you want, and I will give you Daniela's telephone number. She's an incredible organizer. I had her go through my house and I said, I just trust you. I need you to help me reorganize. You would not believe how much freer I feel, right? And then if there was a bunch of stuff that needed to be donated, or maybe things need to be moved around, or things that need to be thrown away, then we call Vitor Spear. He has his own truck. He even has, these big dumpsters now that if you need that much stuff done, you can rent from him. He is a breath of fresh air. He has a key to my house. I trust him. He's amazing. For those people that are thinking about moving around, huge help too. Daniela can also be somebody, like if you're thinking about just doing room by room. You don't have to do the whole house at one time, but I'm just saying it's that time of year, right? It's January. It's the beginning of a new year. So instead of getting stuck in clutter or getting stuck in, I don't know what to do with some of these items, or if you have some things that you really think have some value and you want to donate them to a good cause, like the Celebration Women's Club doing something for Help Now, text me, call me. I will give you the telephone numbers to help make your life so much easier, so much happier, so much more light. So anyway, that's what it's about. Joy, right? The Joy Network. Dee Bellavati and I are working on something called the Joy Network. You got it, Daniela. All right. So what I want to do now, so we've already talked about so much already, and it's already 7:30, but anyway, we talked about a kids program. We talked about our love of Adam the Woo. We've talked about walking and what a great opportunity we've got. We've talked about an event coming up February 11th and an event coming up this Saturday. We talked about the Women's Club having a meeting tomorrow night. Where? At the Windsor. That's right. Starts at 5 o'clock. And if you don't know anybody, come on up there, say you're looking for Kim, and then I'll make sure I introduce you to a bunch of people. Pups and Pints is this Saturday. We talked about the Celebration Memorial Garden, which the Celebration Foundation's got a lot of stuff going on, guys. They just had a great concert that it sold out. And the next one that's coming up is the Vienna Choirs Boy. Yeah, that one. So if you go to celebrationfoundation.org, you can find out about the concert series that they've got going on. But I have been to it when they had the Vienna Boys Choir, and they are exceptional. That's coming up, I believe, in February. All right. So last but not least, what do you do when you want to be following something that Adam the Woo recommended to me, which was, hey, Kim, wouldn't it be a great idea if you did things like what are user-friendly, for celebration? So everything from utilities to, are there kids programs to biking so we have over 1,000 videos, you guys, over 1,000 videos. And please subscribe and like. We have, I think almost 8,000 subscribers at this point. We want to be organic and make sure it's really, truly people that are watching us. And so we would like to get to 10,000 this year. And I know with your help, we can do it. But I also know that there's a lot of good content in there that's going to help you. But what do you do when you want to talk about grocery stores? Well, you go to Three Growing Boys, sit back and relax, because I think you guys are going to like this video. I'm going to prompt it now. Oh, I hope I have it up here. Yes, I do. Here we go.
The number one questions we get as a realtor is, where are the grocery stores in your area? Well, stay tuned, because the fairy godmother of real estate decided she was going to talk to the Bellavati brothers. Because you know, when you got Three Growing Boys, they know where to get their groceries. Stay tuned.
Hi Kim, it's Neo here with the Bellavati brothers, and we know a thing or two about grocery shopping and Celebration. Inside Celebration, you've got two Publix stores. First is the Publix at Water Tower on 192. It's super convenient, and it's open from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m., so late night ice cream is absolutely possible. Then there's a Publix at Celebration Point, the newer modern one near the Celebration area, and it's open from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. Both are great for convenience, fresh fruits, and they've got pharmacy services available also. Publix can be a little pricier than budget stores, but the hack is the weekly BOGO deals. And BOGO just means buy one, get one free. So if your favorite snacks hit that list, you can stock up for sure.
Hey, I'm Nolan Bellavati, and okay, if you're trying to save some money and still have good quality food, Algae is a really good option. The Aldi closest to Celebration is on West Erlo Bronson on 192, and it's open 9 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. They've got a lot of their own brands. Some feel kind of European, and the prices are usually way friendlier than anywhere else. And if you don't want to go inside, they also do delivery and curbside pickup through the Aldi app.
Nylan Bellavati here, and if you got a family or want to buy in bulk, Sam's Club is right on 192 also. The location is 4763 West Erlo Bronson Memorial Highway, and the club hours are 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. And here's the bonus perk of living in near Disney. If you want the specialty grocery vibe, you're about a short drive from Dr. Phillips, Whole Foods at 8003 Turkey Lake Road with delivery and pickup. Sprouts at 7603 Turkey Lake Road, great for produce and healthier stuff. And Trader Joe's Dr. Phillip at 8323 Sand Lake Road.
And yeah, whether you want convenience, budget, or even bulking up on your favorite foods, Celebration has many options for your grocery needs. Back to you, Kim.
Didn't the Bellavati brothers do a great job? Well, let me share with you, if you're not necessarily in the Celebration market, but you're looking for that 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle, well, we know those areas as well, too. Give us a call at 407-808-9845 if we can ever help you with any of your real estate needs. That's what we do. That's what we love. And we'd love for you to be our neighbor in Celebration, Florida.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
Didn't the Bellavati brothers do a great job? That was a lot of information. So no one should be frightened at all about getting groceries. And, and since pandemic times too, there's been a lot of people that have been able to, with Publix and other organizations, have their groceries delivered directly to your home in Celebration. So there's quite a few people that do that. But what a cool thing. And, these boys, they did such a great job. And I got to tell you, I'm excited to share with you that Neo, the eldest Bellavati brother, is working towards getting his real estate license. And so Elijah, who's my team captain for my real estate team, has been working with him lately in preparation for bringing him on board. And won't that be great to have yet another wonderful Celebration resident who, by the way, speaks Portuguese fluently too. So any of Brazilians that are looking to move to Celebration or around Celebration, we have got you covered. All right, I got a question on, let me see. Oh, Sally, thank you. Sally's asking, farmers market, do we have? Yes. So we have a farmers market. You know, I'm so glad that you asked that question, because when we did the recap of some of the best things that happened in 2025, I've got to tell you, I feel a little remiss that I didn't put the farmers market in there. I hate to say it, I almost take it for granted, you know what I'm saying? But in Celebration, downtown Celebration, and the hours change, but right now this season, I believe, I'm pretty sure it's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sundays. And Dana Brown is a very dear friend of mine. I've known her for 40 years. 40 years. God bless Dana. Dana does farmers market. She does the Winter Garden Farmers Market on Saturday, and she does hours. She does art festivals. She is very, very good at what she does. And so it's a real treat on Sunday. I say after church because I'm going to invite you to church. I want you to go to church on Sunday. By the way, I'm singing at Illuminate Church this Sunday, which is at 7899 Sinclair Road, which is within 10 minutes of Celebration. Big, new, beautiful building that Illuminate Church has. There's a 9 a.m. service and 11 a.m. service. But then after that, come to the farmers market. You're right. I mean, this farmers market is something you want to be able to enjoy. It's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's a lot of great produce that's down there. So there's vendors with art. And then you have all these great restaurants that are available to you. You know, we talked about the Wine Imperium. You know, I was just there for a meeting the other day, and you forget how good the food is there. Really good. I had a tuna tartare stacker. My girlfriend had these little salmon pastry puff type of things, really nice. You know, you've got Reggiano's, you've got the Downtown Diner, you've got the Town Tavern with their famous clam chowder that Emerald Lagasse says it's his favorite in ever, you know. And so just lots and lots of good stuff. And of course, Market Street Gallery's there if you want to do some shopping. So I vote for that. How about this year? Maybe making it a practice, come out to church with us and then go to the farmers market afterwards and be able to walk around downtown Celebration by the lakeside and have a nice meal and say hi to folks. Becky says, I can smell the hops. I love that. She's talking about the pups and pints. I love that. Yes, that'll be a fun event. I wish Missy Elliott was a little bit more dog friendly with other dogs. Otherwise, she would see me down there. But I'm pretty sure you may see Buddy, the mascot, from our group there. Osceola Response Team. Hi, would love to join you on a live. Okay. Let me write your number down, 40744. Okay, we'll have to work on that. You know, sometimes I think there's a one number missing on there. But anyway, let's talk more about that. We do highlight different people. And thank you, especially different services that are available that will help Celebration residents. So I'm all in. So why don't you text me, Osceola Response Team, at 407-808-9845, and let's talk about what you want to talk about too. See if we can get you some airtime. All right. God bless you guys. I know I've run over, but I just couldn't resist. I wanted you to see the Bellavati brothers growing up. Oh, there we go. 4074. Okay. I will make sure I log that before I lose your number. Anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed week. Don't forget Wednesday nights to check in with Elijah Lewis on my team, with Virginia and Sue, Cinderella and Aurora and the Prince of Real Estate. They do a great show, 7 p.m. Wednesday nights, talk about the 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. And then on Fridays, we do a show that is more evergreen. And so we are here. We would love to be your realtors of choice. And there's my number there, 407-808-9845. And hopefully, I know there's many of you that'll watch this throughout the week. So give me a call anytime we can help you, and enjoy this really fantastic weather that we're having right now. Yeah. Very good. All right. I'm seeing a lot of love. Thank you, Lionberries, for watching too. Hopefully I got to say hi. Okay. Thanks, you guys. Take care.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's Castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.